Welcome to the deep dive of Dvar Malchus, the Rebbe's Parsha Talks of the years 1991 and 1992, Tafshin Aleph and Tafshin Beis. My name is Hannah Margulies, and I'm so honored and grateful for this opportunity to dive into these texts together. This is part of the GeulaWives podcast. GeulaWives is all about living Geula in our marriages, revealing and tapping into and receiving the beauty, connection, peace, and joy, purpose that is possible in all of our marriages, living the marriages of our dreams and truly experiencing Geula. This specific series is focused on the Geula part of GeulaWives, as we really live with ideas of Mashiach and really live with these powerful concepts of what Geula is. In the Rebbe's words, it allows us as the Chassidus, as the mainstay of our home, to infuse our homes with the energy of Geula. And of course, that energy of Geula, that is the energy of Shalom Bayis, the energy of true and complete peace. So the merit of learning these talks, we should be able to have true Shalom Bayis within ourselves, our minds, and our heart, within us and our husbands, within us and our homes, and the ultimate home for God in this world. That is the true Shalom Bayis. Thank you for joining, and let's dive in.
This Shabbos is Shabbos Nachamu, where we read the Haftorah of Nachamu Ami. Nachamu meaning comfort. And this is the beginning of the 7 Haftorahs where you read from after Tisha B'Av until Rosh Hashanah, where Hashem is comforting the Jewish people. So whenever we have a double lashon in the Torah, or even a double language, even within a letter, right? A letter being able to said the same way, the two different expressions, like a pei or a fei, or lech lecha, right? The same letters in these different expressions. This is something to really hone in on, and there's a lot of secrets here. And specifically, we're learning secrets of the third temple through this double expression of Nachamu Ami, this double language of comfort. And this is connected to the double miracles and wonders that we experience in the time of Geula, where we go from this place of one wonder, building on another wonder. We're comparing one wonder to the next one. And this is building in this way of this ultimate infinity that is the Geula. And so this idea of doubles is bringing us into this reality of the transcendent. So let's look at this a little bit. When we have lech lecha, or pakad pakadati, or tzemach yitzmach, it's the same letters, but different vowels. And so each of these different expressions are actually showing us something unique, a different side, a different angle, a contrast. But and these are all languages of Geula, right? Lech lecha is going forth, going from your land for yourself. This is Avram's Geula, for Avram Avinu's Geula from Ur Kasdim. Pakad pakadati, it's his language of redemption. Tzemach yitzmach, it's the spreading forth of redemption. They're all really holy and about Geula and going forth and breaking free, but they're still in these way of differentiation. Versus Nachamu is this language of comfort. That's the exact same word. And so there's something very pure and whole about what that is. So Nachamu is this double comfort for each of the Beis Hamikdashes. So we have, right, for the 2 Beis Hamikdashes that were destroyed, we have this comfort. And we learn 2 different angles from each of the different Beis Hamikdashes. For the first Beis Hamikdash, it was above to below. It was this great light that Hashem put into our life. Versus the second Beis Hamikdash was actually much more below to above. It was very much built from the people, and therefore was able to last longer and actually be larger, which is the world's parameters of success. Like on the worldly basis, this actually stuck for longer. But it didn't have the 5 miracles, like having the Aron, or the Shekhinah dwelt, like in the first temple, because that was more of a gift from above. And so what the third temple is, it's this fusion of above and below. It's both the highest, greatest lights and wonders within a vessel that we've actually built and we're able to withstand. And this brings us to the connection of the 10 commandments in this week's Parsha. So in Parshas Vayischanan, we have this repetition. We have this double of the 10 commandments. We already had the 10 commandments in Parshas Yisro, and now we're having them again, which is the idea of 10 times 10, which is this idea of infinity. Once you start multiplying those tens, this place of wholeness, this completion, it just goes. And that's really the goal, is to have Hashem's infinite reality, but here down on earth, to make this finite world a home for God's absolute transcendence, right? Of course, Hashem is beyond being infinite or finite. He's actually found in the place where they kiss, right? That place beyond both infinite and finite, that's the place of essence. That's where Hashem dwells, and we know that that's what a mitzvah is. It's Hashem's transcendent light having a vessel, having a home in this world. And so that is this Mashiach reality that we've been building a vessel for so long. It's not just above and it's not just below. It's heavens and earth getting married. It's the fusion of the two. And so with these 10 commandments, these 10 commandments are actually much more from below, right? The first 10 commandments is Hashem literally saying the 10 commandments, and our souls go out of our bodies, and it's this whole transcendental, incredible, mind-blowing, soul-blowing experience. Versus in Dvarim, the 10 commandments are said by Moshe Rabbeinu. And it's this very below, still this very below to above experience, but there's no mention in this parsha of this 10 commandments, of even, the breaking of the luchos afterwards. There's still this true wholeness to it. And what we're having from these two different sets of these 10 commandments is we're seeing the journey of the tzaddikim, right, which is the first 10 commandments. And we're also having this journey of the Baal Tshuva, which is the above to below. And we need both. It's only from both the highest heights and being met with the lowest lows that we're actually able to have this heaven on earth experience. And this leads us to Moshe Rabbeinu's desire to enter the land. This is Vayischanan. This is Moshe Rabbeinu's deepest desire, is to go to the land of Israel. And what happens by Vayischanan is Moshe Rabbeinu is told by Hashem, stop talking about it. Don't even mention it again. Yeshua is going to take the people into the land. And that is actually the beginning of all exile and destruction, and even the potential for a Beis Hamikdash being destroyed, is because Yeshua is going to take them into the land. And Yeshua represents the moon. He represents the people. He represents the He represents our vulnerability and our potential to fall. Whereas Moshe Rabbeinu is the sun, and he is Netzach, and he is eternality. And so Moshe Rabbeinu going to the land of Israel would have just been the Beis Hamikdash. It would have just been Geula Shlema right then and there. But there wouldn't be this element of it coming from us. And therefore, it couldn't last forever. Versus the true eternality, the true Netzach, this true foreverness comes when it comes both from us, and from Hashem. It's Nachamu. It's those two together actually create this third reality, which is the third Beis Hamikdash. It creates this idea of something greater, right? If you multiply them with each other, right? It's not just Nachamu and Nachamu, it's Nachamu and Nachamu. It's together. It's this greatness. Nachamu Ami, this greater reality is coming forth. And that's why Yeshua, who represents the moon, had to be the one to take us into the land of Israel. So we could have this journey of it also coming from us. And therefore, we could be a vessel for this home, for this third Beis Hamikdash being forever. And so Baruch Hashem, we are prepared, we are ready, we are worthy for all of the Jewish people to go together to the Beis Hamikdash with our righteous leaders, with our Moshe Rabbeinu, with our Mashiach, and to be able to stand there. And what we're doing now is we're preparing ourselves with all the wonders. And the Rebbe points out in this talk, one of the greatest wonders of all time is that year, right by the date of Tu B'Av, which is the day where the Shlemus Levana, the shining light of the fullest moon of the year, where the moon itself, which is the Jewish people, is in our full revelation of the third Beis Hamikdash. What was happening is there's a Knesset Shluchim in Moscow. That Moscow, the place that the most, not just rejected Judaism, but fought against it in the most horrific ways, was now actually hosting this gathering of Chabad Shluchim and Rabbanim and rabbis to have this conference in Moscow where they could take Hachlata Tovas and take on Torah mitzvahs and strengthen each other, and one companion gives advice to the other, this place of Hasidic brotherly love, this incredible, godly experience was going to be happening and hosted in the exact place that opposed godliness, which just shows that the world is fit and ready, and this world has been a smoothed out, prepared vessel. So without further ado, Mashiach now, it's going to be an amazing Shabbos of Nachamu Ami, this double comfort that leads us to this whole new reality of goodness. To learn more about how GeulaWives can be part of your life and support you to live the marriage of your dreams, visit GeulaWives.org, consider joining the GeulaWives Circle for full support, or step into the light of breakthrough coaching. Looking forward to you experiencing your personal Geula and spreading that light to the entire world.